What's going on YouTube? It's a weird ass camera angle for this because yeah, I'm using my phone. I'm doing this cheap and cheerful, quick and dirty. It's Millenniummon because this is what you guys wanted to see, and this is kind of how I'm playing Millenniummon until we get Garnet memory boost. So this is kind of just a goofy list that makes use of some fun stuff. Didn't quite get to show it on camera, but hopefully I'll be on top tables again Wednesday, so you get to see more Millenniummon footage. Yeah, I'm gonna hide this camera now. We're gonna go to the main one. Now that we've got that done, a better light on, and let's talk some Digimon. Digimon always starts with the good stuff. In terms of the eggs, you can run 5. The Pokemon, honestly, you need the name. It's really important. The Pokemon Trash too sometimes can be used for acceleration, but realistically, you can get away with just running 4 eggs and just run the 4 BT19 Pokemon. Really solid card. Being able to recur your rookies whenever they die in not battle is really great. Obviously, there will be some decks that like kind of beat over you and they're a bit annoying, but ultimately, battle is not something that hopefully is going to be a problem for us. And also allows you to recur things that are really annoying, like your floodgates. So we're going to be starting off with 2 of the Gazimon, the memory blocker, because memory blocking is great. It is also a Gazimon name, which, like I said before, really important. Not going to be running any Psychmons for that reason. We are going to be running 2 more Gazimon. These ones are the ones that on deletion gain a memory as an inherit. And then speaking of Gazimons with inherits, 4 of the new one. It is an on-play searcher. Top 3 adds a Millenniummon in name and then a Wicked God or Composite. That does include the option card because it's a card with Wicked God and it has a retail as its inherit and does Digivolve over Pokemon for 0, which is why we needed the Pokemon name for the eggs. And the same could be said for Gizamon, who is the only non-Gazimon rookie. He is a Destiny draw, on-play pitch a Composite to Composite or Wicked God to draw 2. So okay rookie lineup. I don't think you need Ukomon right now. I think he's kind of bait. I just think right now this is kind of the lineup that you want to go for. So we're looking at 10 rookies, which if you know me, it's a little bit on the lighter side for rookies. I prefer to be on 12 usually, but we make do where we can. For the champions, the Gizamon, Gazimon name mattered because the Deltamons that we run all digivolve over the Gazimons for 2 cost rather than 3. The black one gives the blocker inherit, red one has retail. The black one is your aggressive one that you use by pitching 1. You can delete one of your opponent's level 4 lower Digimon, which is a pretty sizable pop considering it itself is a champion. And then the Deltamon that's red is pitch 1 to add back a Composite or Wicked God. So you can use that to recur your Millennium pieces or anything that kind of ends up in trash that isn't a rookie, which is kind of what is nice about the synergy with the egg is like the egg will bring back the rookie and then the Deltamon picks up the rest. If you're going to have to evolve 1 in the back, it kind of depends on what you care more about. This Deltamon, if you evolve it in the back, can still get value because on deletion, it can proc something and then the block inherit is nice. Whereas this one has raids, so you can kind of play aggressively as a punch over at 5k. But you're not going to be able to use its on player when digivolving. This one obviously doesn't have a when attacking either, but on deletion is at least something that this red Deltamon doesn't have if you have to play on board. Only 8 level 4s. You know, saying it out loud does feel kind of wrong, but hey, that's Digimon. And then for Chimeras, we're going to start off with the OG. Well, not really the OG, but the first good one. The DNA one is kind of one of the main gimmicks of this deck. It's really, really important because you do often end up with 2 level 4s together. It's part of the reason that people were asking for the deck profile to kind of see the combo that you can do with this list. Obviously, you still do the Millennium mini game, but the whole reason to run this list is because you're trying to do the alternative mini game, which is cheat out as many options as you can. Obviously, Millenniummon's game plan, it will always be blow this guy up. The core of the BT18 Chimera. We don't run the BT19 Chimera in this list at all. So you want the red-purple one, not the purple-red one. The purple-red one is on play when digivolving by deleting one of your Digimon, delete one of your opponent's 3, 4, and 5s, which is pretty cool for wide pop. But most importantly, the on deletion requires something to be next to it to delete one of your level 4 or lower red or purple Digimon to then play a machine Digimon without paying the cost. And this doesn't make Millenniummon is the problem. The Digicross is cute, I guess, and it's another security attack inherit. But because it doesn't just kind of like win you the game outright like the other ones do, I don't think it's as good. So yeah, in this list we don't run it. But once we get Garnet, I will be probably cutting this and moving to 4 of these and 2 of the other one. But for now, we're just on 4 of these, and we are on 2 of the machine. Obviously, this seems like quite a low number because you do use this, reduce its cost by 4 by popping a composite, which usually is the Chimera. You do your de-digivolve, and then you proc the on deletion of this because the on deletions of these are DNA with one of the other that's on the field. So since this is an on deletion, this has to be in the trash, and then you DNA with a Chimera on field, or this Chimera has to be in trash and the machine's on field. So normally it's make a Chimera in the back, push it out, pop it with the machine, make Millenni is kind of how you do the combo. We're on a lower count of these because, like I said, there's alternate ways of getting there. One of the alternate ways is Anubis, because half your deck is purple, so you can just kind of play down the Chimera, or if you're building second stack, cheat out Chimera, cheat out machine, suddenly you have a really, really cheap way of jumping into Millenni. And the other way of cheating is with Metal Garurumon, and some of you probably haven't read this card. It is kind of crazy. Main Digiburst 2, play a purple option, 7 cost or less without paying the cost, which is kind of how you actually cheat out a lot of things, because people that have read Wicked God Descends know it's reduced cost by 4, but you play it for 4, so is it really ever actually reducing your cost? Certainly is if you're cheating it out and not actually paying the 4 cost, and you're actually finally getting a 4 cost reduction, which kind of feels like what the deck was actually supposed to do, but they tried to make it fair, which why are we doing that in 2024? Daiken is still at 4, so we're gonna try and cheat it as much as we can, and this makes use of the Chimera, which is why these two kind of go hand in hand. I'll go over the quick combo towards the end of it. It'll be timestamped if unless you see this early, in which case it is not. In terms of the 5s then, so it is 6 level 5s, and that is 6 level 6s. For level 7s is Millenni. We've bumped this up to 3 now because we did just need to see the pieces, because so many times somehow I was drawing one machine, one Chimera, making full combo and just not having the Millenniummon. So we bumped the Millenniummon up to 3, just so that way you can actually do it. The on players delete 1, and then if DNA, you get to return 1 of every level from their trash to the top of their deck. For every card returned, gain 1 memory, which is why you're trying to do the full combo here, because then your 7 cost machine doesn't really cost 7 if it puts back enough pieces. If you pop their level 6, and if you're de-digivolving it with the machine to try and get around protections, you can sometimes put back a 3, 4, 5, 6, gain back 4 memory, 7 if there's a 7 in trash because it got hit in security or something. Kind of crazy. 3 Millenni, 2 Moon, 2 Zeed. The Moon is really cool. It doesn't quite have super high impact unless they've drawn a bunch of cards. Then you can actually kind of punish Tamers, but it really depends on the matchup. This card doesn't always see value, and kind of just exists to be something that stops your Millenni from properly getting punished. One thing as well is because of the timing of the option card, Wicked God Descends, you can pop this, play the Moon when the Millenni would be deleted, then proc the on deletion to float back into the new one. So you won't miss the timing if you do it that way. They also can see the same thing get deleted. So if, say, you got 2 of the option down, you got 2 moons in hand, or 1 moon in hand, 1 moon in trash, and 1 Millenni would get deleted, you can go pop, float, spin to recycle and float, and then suddenly you have 3 level 7s, and it's like, GG's. So yes, if the card low-key kind of sucks, but any instance where you would be hard slamming the machine, there's no reason not to just slam the option card, because the option card kind of makes it so that if something bad happens to your Millenniummon, you still get value, because obviously this is an on deletion, so against bounce decks it's kind of ass. This at least allows you to do something. So realistically, there's no reason to never not play this if you have the option to make the machine with it. And sometimes even if you're just using it to play a Deltamon, if you're going to hard play that thing anyway, you might as well just get the value out of it. And like I said, you can cheat it out with this Metal Garurumon, which is kind of sick. Then other things you can cheat out are 3 boost, 4 training. It was 4 boost, 3 training initially, but I was deproxying and the homie Thamata FGC had 3 boosts and 4 training, so that's what I'm on. Also gave me a real calling, and we're going to be using Matt to get any of these back. Sometimes you'll boost, find something, next turn crack it, use the Matt to bring it back from trash to get some value, which is pretty nice. And we're using the one of Nene because the Nene is pretty nice for Millenni because composite affects stuff like the Millenniummon. So when you're digicrossing from when you're floating for the digicross, if you have like 2 machines in trash and you spin one of them and keep the other, you can then digicross that from trash by using the Nene, because she lets you digicross one source from trash. It means you don't always have to digicross from hand to make the second Millenniummon and actually give it sources if you want it to still be a 2-check presence or a redirecting presence. So that's the list of the 50 in terms of the actual, like, what you're going to be looking at for the cards themselves. But the reason that most of you are probably here is the combo bit, which realistically, I mean, I explained one with the Wicked God, but things you'll need, sure, whatever. What are we looking at here? Things you'll need one of these bad boys, one of these, and then of course one of these. Actually no, for the combo we're trying to do, y'all know how the regular Millenni combo works. The reason that you're realistically here, honestly, is for this particular interaction, which is where you will make a you know, you'll push out a 3 and a 4, and then either you'll Wicked God down the other one, or, you know, maybe because you had a mem blocker, you left that on the field to pass turn, and then you're like, okay, time to be a bit more proactive. You push up, you evolve for 2, and then it is Chimera, and Chimera loads from trash. So now we have 2, 4, 6 sources. Say you crack a boost or a training, and we go to Melga, because this will have purple in it, so it will be purple. And then now we have 2, 4, 6, 7. So yeah, even if it's not off of a rookie here, and it was just the hard played Deltamon, because you're picking up the extra source from trash, you know, maybe with your Wicked God or whatever. The Chimera is now Digiburst 2. Let's play this for 0, and, you know, effectively cheat out a second Digimon for 1. Bang, let me second Wicked God, play out another Delta. You know what, maybe I have another Chimera. There's another one that comes back and you get to load the combo from there. I've used it to, what does feel really, really nice is sometimes, you know, you're digging for your machine because it's gone AWOL and you've got the rest of the combo, or you're digging for the Chimera. I have done pitch to play boost reveal whatever, and find me, okay, well obviously that's a bad example, but like find me the piece I'm missing. Oh, you know what, it didn't work, let me play training or boost again for 0 cost, and then find what I'm looking for and then go from there. So that's kind of the idea behind this, where you go egg 3, 4 out of raising, Wicked God down Deltamon or something like that, or if you had a rookie you evolve it for 2, Chimera, make the stack and just triple Digiburst on a turn to play out your option cards. Usually your consistency ones are really nice, but again, you actually do feel like you're getting some reduction value off of this card if you're playing it for 0 instead of for 4. So that's kind of the idea behind the deck. In terms of the other concessions, like, we don't play the other machine. This card just doesn't work in this list. There's just no space for it. And even in the list that I'll be playing once we get the special release set, I just don't think there's much value in it. I'm a kind of a big hater of the card. I think it's a machine card, not a Millenni card personally. So yeah, that's kind of the list. I know it was quick and dirty, and, you know, not my usual level of deck profile where we go kind of all in on production value, but I wanted to get this one out because it's kind of a deck that people were interested in, and it's late where I'm recording this. Y'all can see the timer there, you know, my ass is trying to go to sleep. Yeah, I wanted to get this one out nice and quick. I'll be doing the deck list properly when we get Garnet, because I've been cooking something crazy cool that really, really relies on Garnet memory boost. So stay tuned. Garnet, fun fact. If you build it correctly, everything in your deck except Moon Millenniummon is searchable off of Garnet memory boost. Yeah, really, really exciting for that when we get that. Best believe I'll be doing another Ragnar profile there as well. My camera has continued to fall. I'm going to return that back into the people looking at position rather than the hand cam position. And if today's your birthday, happy birthday. Thank you to everyone that's been supporting the channel. Thank you to everyone that asked for Millenniummon footage. I'll try and get some more on the channel. And as always, have yourselves a damn good one.